If you've been following along for a while, then you know that Steve's projects are always fun. There's always something exceptional going on. Oh, Steve over there. Let's go catch up with Steve.
Hey, Steve Baczek, architect. Yes, I am out at the New Age Estate. If you caught Aaron and I walking around the outside, little progress walk. Thank you for that. We're going to jump inside and we're going to take a walk around the first floor and show you what we got going on there. So let's head on in.
Show me what's happening, Steve.
All right. So, front door, but it's not the front door. We're still in construction mode there.
Construction door. We use them all the time.
But we got a lot of things going on. I honestly haven't been out here. I've been so busy and traveling. I haven't been had a chance to get out here for at least a few weeks. But as you can see, right from the get-go, all of our trim, it is all quarter sawn rift white oak, right? And yeah, I mean, it's all 5/4, absolutely gorgeous stuff. Nice. And it just so happens, yeah, if you want to give me that, the flooring just came in, and we get, you know, both from the same place. So you can see trim, flooring, cut from the same tree, basically. So not a whole lot of magic there. If you put that back there.
I'm a big fan of quarter sawn.
Yeah. So you come in the front door, we have a little entryway there. Obviously we have a trimmed out door opening here. We have a couple transoms up there. Those will receive some glass inside there, and it's just, they're in the process of working on it. This is not nearly the finish. You know, we have an interesting detail here. I've shot a video and posted it on this, but you know, this is, how do you get a really crisp edge here that isn't going to crack? You know, you could put the drywall up to that jamb and then you can plaster it and then use caulking, but that looks like DS, and that stands for dog ship. Yeah. So the right way to do it, and the way Brian did it, we actually taped the blue board, and then the plaster came and plastered up to the tape. Peeled that away, that leaves a little ridge here, right? So that's like about a 1/16 of an inch. So now we can put this metal trim bead in, and it has a little screeded edge there. So the plaster will come back and fill this all in, and they basically have this surface now and that inside of the bead to screed to. But you can see, you already have that nice clean line there. So you don't even need to put sealant on it to muck it up.
I would argue there's some other thoughtful details or thoughtful material choices here as well. Because we all know, well, you should know that quarter sawn white oak is extremely dimensionally stable.
Yep.
And they've chosen to use LSL in between their casework here, in between their boxes, which is also extremely dimensionally stable.
Yeah.
If they had have used nominal 2x lumber, there would always be the chance that that would want to distort your trim. And so thoughtful choices, intentional building.
Well, and that's the difference of knowing that this is still going to look good 20, 30 years down the road versus all of these joints are going to open up and stuff. You know, Howell and Brian, while they're interested in making things look good, they're more interested in making sure things last, you know. And I'll just take a walk down the middle here, but you can see we have, you know, the kitchen cabinets have arrived. Most of them have been installed. We're in fact standing on, you know, I think there's I want to say it's 16 or 18 foot island that is going to go here to take up the space. But obviously we have a nice big kitchen centered on a fixed piece of glass there. The sink, we have a large induction cooktop here with some oak trim on the cabinetry there. And then that goes down around the corner to a large fridge, freezer combo. We have our double oven tower over there. So a bunch of windows to see out, bring some light in. And then we have that cased opening mimicked over here, but we've added one additional transom to open this up to the living room. And I know the quarters here are a little tight because, you know, we have a few thousand feet of hardwood floor in here, but you can see our crown molding is in, a bunch of our valances for shade controls are in, a bunch of our side cabinetry is in there. So, and they've also, you know, the painters have started. We have our range hood. So, you know, a whole bunch of things going on here. Our low voltage is it's all wired up there, just waiting for shading devices.
Well, it is starting to really shape up and look good. Yeah. And I know you can't smell this room, but if you're a carpenter at this stage of the game,
it smells good.
It smells wonderful. It smells incredible.
So as we come down here, I mean, we're just, you know, quick peek. We still have like cabinetry and stuff in here, but all of our doors on the first floor, they're all white oak, trimmed out. All of our window trim on this floor is white oak. We have a bunch of floating shelves in here. This is a pantry. We have some additional cabinetry there. This is actually going to be a white oak build out. This is a little doggy gate that Brian still has to build. That is basically a pocket door gate system there. In here, this is the dog room. So you can see we have dogs have their own shower. We got a couple positions here for, so doggy shower. Well,
I am a big dog.
They are a big dog. But I won't say in her defense, but understand the wife client is a veterinarian. So they have, I don't know, they have like 3 dogs. So they're big on animals. We have a couple places here for crates. You can see the threshold there has already been fabricated to drop on the face there nicely. You know, Brian's really good again about let's build as much as I can on the bench instead of trying to fuss with it in place. Like he'd rather bring that over and shim it and such into place than it is fuss with it there.
To be fair, we have 2 large dogs at home. And if we ever renovate another house or build another house for ourselves, we will have a dog bath in it as well.
Yeah. Down here, we'll just take a quick peek, but I mean, it's your, oh, there's one cool thing about this place. So 3-car garage, obviously door out to the pool, 3 cars there. But notice in the 2 corners, because we're a zero energy house, those are electric heaters for the garage up there. So I forget what the BTU metric is on it, but they're relatively high. This garage is fully insulated. Walls, ceiling, all.
Just guessing on size, it's probably like 6,500 watts each side or something like that.
So it's not huge, but it's enough to take the edge off, you know, so. And then of course, coming in, going to the right, this is the mud room. So we're gonna have some towers there. There's a bench and stuff that goes in here. I'm sure we have drawings somewhere of everything that's going on here. That room is just simply a walk-in closet to help pick up the slack from the mudroom. And then of course, the powder room here, toilet and tub. You know, this here, you know, when it came to the powder room for this particular design, obviously you always want them kind of outside the public realm or the kitchen, dining room. You know, I hate when somebody has a door out to the dining room or out into the open space. So this gives people the ability to adjust, but understand it's right next to the door that leads you out to the pool too. So if you're using the pool and you need to hit the head, you can come in and bang, it's right there.
Guest change room.
Yeah. So, but, and then, you know, the kitchen now looks on to the family room. And again, we have all of our trim and stuff happening there. But notice we have a series of rails. So we have some white oak beams that are going to go in there. That's a real wood burning fireplace. There we have some cabinetry flanking it. We have the cabinet over in the left hand corner there that will be a little mini bar area. So it's all looking good, coming together. It'll be nice when all this stuff moves out. You know, you walk through and you go, yeah, I can appreciate that, but it still feels like the room's 8 by 8, not 22 by 22.
Well,
so
any tradespeople, if you get a shot looking down here, you actually are going to get an idea of how much room there is still to work in this project.
So
I'm on a project right now where we're trimming out, and we truly don't have
you got to walk sideways
to work
everything
inside, to have the table saw, the miter saw.
I mean, they still have room for miter bench, table saw.
Yeah.
You know,
they've
everything
got,
here.
Absolutely.
So we have our curved windows here that, you know, we wanted to elevate the family room. Also notice we have our shading device. We took advantage of the coffer to bury our shading device. Inside that, we'll have a wood beam that runs the length of that across there. This again is going to be a nice white oak cased opening. There we have, you know, all of our stair balusters. These are all clear white oak. We get everything from, I'll give a shout out to them. It's Ponders Hollow out in Westfield, Mass. So they're really good in that you tell them what species you want. They'll go source the logs, cut them up, and make all the trim, or source the boards and cut it all up. But it's all gorgeous stuff. They do a really good job. They'll make a knife, cut whatever it is that you want to cut for a molding there.
I like the baseboard too.
Yeah, the baseboard, it's a pretty simple there. We'll go this way. Stairwell. So, you know, we come out, we have a little ante hallway here. We can go that way and go to the laundry room, or we can go this way and we'll end up there anyway. But if we turn right, this takes us into the owner's suite. So a couple things about the owner's suite. One, the bathroom is off of that hallway. It's I would consider this a pretty good size bathroom. You know, we have a shower here that's probably 4 by about 7. We have, I don't know, about 9.5 feet or so of vanity there. We have our toilet closet in there with pocket door. And then we have a wall there. You can see it's all set up for water and drainage with a little niche. So we have a garden tub that is going to be there. We also have our triple glazed aluminum window in the shower. And then you continue down through here, and this brings you into the master bedroom proper. So you have the 2 windows that are basically flanking it. You know, this room is probably on the order of about 14 by about 17. I had somebody on one of my YouTube sites, Steve, if you could just shout out the dimensions, because I just want to know what, you know, relative we're looking at. And then in between the windows, we're probably looking at about 8 feet there, which I always strive for at least 7 feet, but if it's 8 feet, even better. Tub in the box waiting. And then this room here, we'll go around the camera, but before we show you that wall, we'll show you this. So we have a little rolling ladder that is going to get installed. This is her away room, her little library office. So yeah, some nice details on that. And that rolling ladder is going to go on this wall. And you notice the heavier rail here is flush and not recessed. So that rolling ladder will just ride on that rail there. So all laid out. We have our window up above to get some light. We have view to the side yard, view to the backyard. This is quite the little space.
Something I learned from Steve is don't tell me the dimensions that you want.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need.
Tell me
what your needs are.
How you want to live. Yeah.
Tell me what your needs are. So I find it interesting, and you've brought this up on more than one occasion, is how people always start with how big they want something.
Yeah, and they don't know. I mean, I can appreciate a client that comes in and says, well, we want our family room 22 by 22. And when I ask them why, they're like, well, my sister has 20 by 20 and it just feels a little small. So, but it's like they never mention, well, what is it open to? How do you get in the room? Because the circulation paths and all of that play a role. And you could have a 16 by 16 family room that's very successful if you're entering it and leaving it efficiently. So we left the bedroom proper. We have his and her closets. So she actually walks through his. This is his closet, simple L shape here. He didn't need a whole lot more than that. And then we go through that cased opening. This brings us into her closet. Hers is a little more elaborate. She's got some built-in dressers, a little bench under here, a bunch of closet rods, a couple windows, etc. But then her room, and this is, we've been doing this quite often, her room leads right to the, or her closet leads right to the laundry room. And having the ability to, you know, come in here, throw all your dirty clothes on the floor, sort them out, do the laundry, fold them here, and then carry them back, you know, 5 or 6 feet and put them in your closet.
It's a little wash sink if you need.
A little wash sink there.
Something needs a little special treatment.
Yeah, we got a couple windows there. And also understand, you know, there's a lot of intentional stuff that is not like hard aesthetic design, but I would consider it more of like the considerations for the way we live. You know, when you look at the house, this is that kind of final end of the house. This is the main street here. So you're gonna get car lights, you're gonna get street noise. I would never put the bedroom here, right? So we have a closet and we have the laundry room facing out that way. So I kind of burn those spaces on the exterior wall here, and I put the master bedroom deeper into the building so it stays nice and quiet out there. So we'll just walk behind you, Mark. And
I would argue that Steve's choices of window and wall assembly, there probably wasn't going to be much road noise anyways.
Yeah, probably not a whole lot of road noise, but we still we'll go out here and close it out in the big room. But that's the first floor. I mean, first floor living. Obviously, 2 doors. Those go out to that back patio, covered porch area there. But yeah, that's our new age estate on the first floor. So any parting thoughts before I close this out?
I don't really have any parting thoughts. I just would like to point out that the choices and the design are thoughtful, and I can only assume extraordinarily functional for your clients.
Yeah, these clients, I mean, it's obviously it's a beautiful house, but I would say their function and aesthetics were probably in somewhat equal balance. Like they certainly appreciate value, they appreciate nice things, no doubt. It looks good, or it needs to look good. But they also care about like how do they live, and do I have to carry this across the room or across the house to go to the laundry room? Like those things played a major role. And you'll see some of that also in the downstairs and the upstairs. Wow. In how we solve for that. So
everything seems very functional, everything seems to flow. And there's, you know, while there's some very quality choices made here,
yeah,
nothing seems opulent or excessive.
No, and you know, and it seems somewhat traditional, even though it has kind of this the new age kind of thinking, right? So I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm pretty much center massed on the island here, but standing there, I can have a conversation with somebody in the family room, and I can have a conversation with somebody in the dining room, and even though they both have cased openings and they're highly compartmentalized, they're not compartmentalized to the tune of how we would have done it 60, 70, 80, 90 years ago, right? There, you know that is the family room, you know this is the kitchen, you know that's the dining room, but they're open enough that you have that kind of open floor plan without it being one big room.
Defined space, traditional materials, clean modern design.
it'll be a very timeless house here. So
I agree.
And it'll definitely be a huge, lift from, walking through the other house that we tore down. It had, I don't know, 7 or 8 floor levels. Like you step up 5 inches here, you walk across the kitchen, you go down 4 inches. It was about 60 years of bad decisions. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to put it in my calendar, and I'm going to hit you up 10 years from now to see if we can come do a tour.
Oh, we can definitely come back here. I mean, these people they're very nice. As long as they live here, we'll always be able to get in here and take a walk around. But and kudos to Howell is doing an excellent job. But like all projects, all 3 teams have to be good at what they do. The clients have to be good at being clients. And, more than once, Brian and I would approach the client, or Blair and I, who's the office project manager for Howell, and, the homeowner would basically look at us and say, you guys are the pros, tell me what I should do. And then we'd offer them like, okay, this is the option. This is obviously the best option. It's going to cost the most. You can drop down a step or 2 and you can get this, or you can drop down even a further step or 2 and you can get this. The price delta on these is X, X plus, X plus plus. What do you want to do? And his question again, well, what would you guys do? Well, obviously I would do that. Yeah. All right, then let's do that. And then we do it. Or sometimes it is that, yeah, I mean, a lot of people appreciate this as being the nicest thing, but I don't think we need to go there. I think we're good right here in the middle. And he's like, yeah, we'll just do that. But he was very, very good. And when they had opinions, they were truly honest with it. They're like, yeah, we don't want to do that, Steve. We want to do this. And this is what we want. And it's like, okay, then that's what we do. This is your house, not my house. I'm coaching you. I'm not building this for me.
Those are great clients.
Yeah.
Our best clients we end up being friends with. I actually stayed at one of our clients' house last night because we are now friends.
Yeah. I have a bunch of older clients that, I'll catch up with them. If I'm in the neighborhood, I'll stop by. We'll go out and have a dinner or something. Those are the really good ones. So anyways, we done?
We're done here.
All right. So if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, smash that subscriber button. Go tell all your friends. You got to go subscribe to Steve's channel, subscribe to Aaron's channel, Big Dog Construction, Aaron Jones. We're both on Instagram. We're both on LinkedIn. We're both on Facebook. We're both on YouTube, which you're watching right here. And go check it out. And until next time, all I can say is, long live our buildings.
Time out.
What?
Stick around, follow us. Watch the next video, we're going upstairs.
Ooh, all right. We're gonna take a walk upstairs. Bye-bye.
Are you taking good pictures or bad pictures, Steve?
These are all like lecture.
Lecture pictures? Good lectures or bad lectures?